Hi guys, it's Sarah here. Today I'm back working in my traveler's notebook. If you follow me over on Instagram, then this layout may look a little bit familiar. This was a layout that I put together back in May for National Scrapbooking Day as part of an Instagram hop that I did with the Felicity Jane creative team. A lot of time has passed, been several months, but I already had this filmed, so I thought I would go ahead and do the voiceover and upload it, and hopefully you still enjoy seeing how this process comes together. So I have actually sped up this video even more than I typically do, just because a lot of it is of me going through product. This was my first time going through the Megan kit, so I was pulling out all the pieces and figuring out what I wanted to use and really just kind of moving things around. So I didn't want to bore you with me kind of doing that, so I've sped this up quite a bit. But I am using the Megan kit, which I don't think the kit is available anymore, but the individual pieces should still be in the Felicity Jane shop, so I will link that down below in case you want to check it out. I went in with the 6x6 paper pack that released with this collection. I love it when the 6x6 papers come out with the collections. It doesn't happen with every single kit, but this one it did, and I loved that rainbow pattern. It was kind of the perfect size that I was able to cut around the outside of it and trim it down the middle and then just have it span the 2 pages in my notebook. I love how that's kind of a focal point there, and then I'm trying to have everything else just radiate out of that rainbow. So I went ahead and just added some pattern paper behind my photos. I really like to make one, so if I'm working in threes or an odd number of pieces, I like to make at least one of them stand out. So I backed 2 of my photos with some yellow pattern paper, but then for the other one, I added that black cross or plus sign pattern paper just to make it a little bit different and have it so that it's not quite as matchy-matchy. I think that just, I don't know, it makes it a little bit different, and I think that it kind of spruces up the page a little bit. So I went in with my StazOn ink and I stamped out BU on top of that die cut tag. One thing about the die cuts is that they do have a little bit of a slick surface, and I think you would be fine using any dye ink to stamp on top of those, but I am really impatient when it comes to waiting for my ink to dry, and I don't want to smudge anything on my page. So if I know that I'm going to be using a black anyways, if I want black ink, then I go ahead and just use my StazOn, and it's just that trusty choice that I always tend to gravitate towards if I just want a nice, crisp, black impression, and I don't want to have to fuss with the drying time. So I'm just going to be adding in some embellishments. I'm also going to draw in a stitched border just with my pen, and I'll even go around the rainbow and draw in some stitching lines on a few of those rays just to bring in a little bit more black. I wanted to add some more pattern to this and kind of help tie it all together. So I'm actually even going to go in with a butterfly stamp, a small one, and create a little bit of a pattern background on my white pages here just to give it a little bit more interest. I felt like it was looking a little bit plain, so this really helped to just bring in a little bit more pattern. So you may notice that I didn't leave any room for my journaling. I thought about adding in a couple of sentences just down at the bottom next to the rainbow, but I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't feel kind of the need to do that. I just kind of randomly snapped these photos when my daughter was playing with a hat that she has, and I could have written that down, but I decided to just not. So that's okay. Every once in a while that happens and I don't do any journaling, and we're just going to roll with it. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this page. So I hope that you enjoyed watching how this layout came together, even though I'm super late in posting this video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel to watch my videos, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye!